Welcome back, everyone, to Open Line. There's Tim Takacs. He is with us. I'm talking about elder law and some good calls tonight. I appreciate the calls that we have had. We talked early on about nursing homes and how it's very important how you pick a nursing home now in the midst of this pandemic and what we're dealing with. But I want to talk about the cost. That's something we talk about, and it always blows my mind.
Yeah.
What is the cost right now? What should people be budgeting if they're thinking about a nursing home?
You're typically around here $250 to $300 a day. So expect to spend anywhere from $7,500 to $9,000 a month.
Well, that's horrible.
For a nursing home.
And how do you afford that? I mean, how do most people afford that?
Right. Well, the answer is that, one way, of course, unfortunately, the way they try to afford it is by not going, which sounds like, that's sort of a trivial answer, but basically what we get concerned about is people that maybe they're living at home and they need assistance and they won't get assistance because they worry that the next step for them is nursing home. But if you don't take care of yourself today, then be thinking that, well, I've got to save my money or I don't want to go to a nursing home. Then if you don't take care of yourself today, then you will wind up in a nursing home. Like they always say is, okay, if you've got a cold, treat the cold because you don't want pneumonia.
Right.
It's cheaper to treat a cold, than it is to be hospitalized for pneumonia. And it's very similar to long-term to needing long-term care. A lot of our clients have personal care needs that they get a little help at home, they can stay home longer. Instead of waiting because, well, I don't need it. It costs too much. Well, how much does it cost? Have you looked into it? Well, no, not really. So, but it's one of those things that, it's all about, again, it's about educating, our clients and our family members is that if you are willing to get the help that you need and you're willing to pay for it, you pay a little bit now so you can avoid paying a lot later.
Well, that's good. The other thing people are worried about is the look back, right? When the government comes and kind of wants to take, I say take money, you say it's just what they're owed, which is obviously right. But talk about that look back.
Right. So, like for instance, today I was talking to a family and a woman had had a stroke and she's not married and she was concerned because she owns a house and a farm and she's doing okay now, there's every reason to believe that she should be able to take care of herself at home and be taken care of. But that was one of the issues that she had is that how do I protect the farm? And so she's not using the farm. So one option that I proposed to her is, well, you can give the farm or transfer the farm to a trust so that so it's essentially equivalent to starting a 5-year look-back period, which means, okay, so she transfers the farm, say maybe on August 1st. That means that if she ever needed Medicaid, she could not get Medicaid for 5 years from August 1 to 2020. Well, that's not a bad gamble for a lot of people because they're going, well, I don't need the farm anyway because I really want it to go to my children. So I'll put it into a trust so that when I die, it goes to the children. If I do wind up needing nursing home care in 4 or 5 years, then that asset is protected for my children. You've gone past the 5-year look-back period. And that's how, that's why a lot of times we want people to come in, and at least have a conversation about what they worry about, and we can talk to them about maybe what they can expect in the future for themselves. Now, like I told that woman today, I said, what we want to have happen for you is we do all this planning for you and you put your house in the trust and you put the farm in the trust and everything else. What do we most want to have happen for you is that never becomes necessary.
Right.
Who wants to say, oh, I transferred my house 5 years ago, I can go to a nursing home now? Nobody says that.
Right.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
the idea is that they need to know their options on that.
And that's why they come to you. All right, we're going to take a break.
Right,
We're going to come
exactly.
back and put up your information. So if you have a question, you'll be able to contact Tim right after this. We'll take a break. Be back right after this.